I really want to find out, you know, have I got Indian roots? Did my great-grandmother come from Calcutta or Bombay? It sounds wonderfully exotic, and I just want to find out if there's any truth in it. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Diane Golding, Francis.
Yeah, Ainsley Harriott, and thank you so much for being able to help me out today.
The first thing Ainsley checks are the baptism records, looking for any reference to the Hibbert family.
Names. So where's the Hibbert? Oh, the Hibbert's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you can see, her name's Alid Maud Roberta Hibbert.
Alid Maud Roberta Hibbert. Okay, 14th of August, baptised by Stephen Hibbert. So Frances Forbes was the mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Indian, is it?
No.
It says here when and where born.
Yes, Ballymore.
Ballymore.
Ballymore is actually a small town or village in Manchester, Jamaica.
So she wasn't born in Calcutta then?
No.
I've always said that so many people glamorise things.
Yes.
Oh, they came from Calcutta. They want the exotic attached to it. And this is what I've always wanted to find out. And this actually proves that she was born
in
Ballymore, Manchester,
Jamaica.
9th of May, 1874 in Jamaica.
Yes. She was a Jamaican.
So the story that Minna Love's mother, Alid, came from India is not true. And Alid's mother, Frances Forbes, who appears on her baptism record, was also born in Jamaica. Frances's parents were Hamilton Forbes and Catherine Smith. Could it be Catherine who had roots in India? Diane has found a record of Catherine's marriage in 1846.
That's Hamilton Forbes. So this is the...
Yes, these are the parents of Frances.
There it is.
Hamilton Forbes.
Hamilton Forbes and Catherine Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the parish were married the 14th day of November, 1846, which was, what, 8 years after the abolition of slavery. There's nothing Indian there at all, is there? So where did my Auntie Marcy get that information from?
I have no idea.
I want to know who these people are.
We can go to the National Archives.
Ainsley's now traced his family back 5 generations to Hamilton Forbes and Catherine Smith. They married 8 years after emancipation, which means they must have been born during the time of slavery. To trace his roots back any further, Ainsley must go to the Jamaica archives, where the island's original parish registers are held.
Now, right at the beginning of this, I said that having that Indian association, I thought, how wonderful. Then I discovered suddenly something that was originally quite colourful and quite exotic is just stories.
Ainsley and Diane searched the records for Manchester, the parish where Catherine was married, to see if they can find a record of her baptism.
Here it is,
yes.
mulatto. Catherine Smith, Jonathan Briggs was the father, Joan Davy, the mother.
They were not married.
Not married. Resided on the Wear Pen.
Wear Pen.
1831.
1831.
Wow. So there it is, Catherine Smith.
And this is in the middle of slavery. This is a list of slaves owned on the returns of slaves
in the parish of Manchester,
in the possession of John Davy.
So he was the man who had all these slaves. He was in charge of all these slaves.
So this actually comes from the 1832 slave register. And down the list, you find...
Kath Smith, yeah.
2 years and 1 month.
Yeah.
And right over here is the mother, Joan Davy.
That basically means that Catherine
Smith was a slave.
Okay. Well, you know, what's still interesting here is the mulatto.
The mulatto, yes. But that would have meant that Jonathan Briggs was white.
Ainsley's research has revealed Catherine Smith was born a slave in 1831. As the illegitimate daughter of a black woman, Joan Davy, and a white man, Jonathan Briggs, she was a mulatto, half black, half white. In Jamaica at the time of Catherine's birth, there were two legal categories of skin color dictating a person's status: white or non-white. But there was also an unofficial system of social shadism that graded people from dark to light as Sambo, mulatto, quadroon, and mustee. A mustee was the lightest skin color classified as non-white. If a mustee had a child with a white person, that child would be legally white. It was common for mixed-race children to be born to white men like Jonathan Briggs, who worked on the plantations. In fact, the records show that Catherine was not the only child he fathered on Weir Pen that year.
See here, even further down, you have Lydia Davy,
Yeah.
mulatto, 1 year, 10 months.
Was Jonathan Briggs maybe an overseer or something like that that could have his wicked way with all these women?
It's very possible.
I bet if we looked up, this man had many more children too.
Very likely. So as you can see here, clearly your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather obviously was getting up to a lot of things on the plantation. But it also brings out to the fact that there were a lot of births and baptisms to that plantation at the time period. That suggests that this slave master very likely encouraged a lot of this to keep his slave stock replenished.
It's been an eye-opening, very enlightening, very emotional day. I've now discovered where my great-great-great-grandmother came from. She was a slave, and at 2 years of age, someone owned her. So I'm not disappointed, slightly hurt, slightly uneasy about the fact that my great ancestors were treated the way that they were, but seems to be the history of the black man there, you know.